The following is a paid program. Talk 103.7 WTIP and Cable Channel 7 welcome you into Financially Speaking with Jim Taunton. Find us live on radio, TV, the IBX Media app, and on YouTube. Just search Financially Speaking NC or get the link at WTIPFM.com. The opinions expressed in this show are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine what investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities and investment advisory services are offered through Genoa Wealth Management Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Now, here's your host for Financially Speaking, certified financial advisor, Jim Taunton.
Welcome to our 103.7 FM radio audience and also our YouTube channel audience. Financially Speaking NC. And remember, if you go to Financially Speaking NC, there's a way to live chat with me, and you can submit your questions to me that way and not have to get on the air on the telephone. But it's easier just to call the number. The number is 252-561-TALK, 561-8255. And if you call me with a financially related question, as always, your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two at Atavola. And I'll even pay the tip. Great place to eat. I eat there at least once a week. So give me a call, 561-8255, or get on the YouTube channel, Financially Speaking NC, and be sure to subscribe so you get notifications every week when I'm going on the air. And you can send me a chat question by the live chat, and I will try to answer that question while we're on the air. So let's go to a 2-minute break and wait to see if we get a caller or a question on YouTube. And I'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Golf Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Ayton Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Ayton Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Welcome back to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 25 minutes. And we had a caller during the break, which I am extremely thankful for. And he is Paul from Greenville. Go right ahead with your question.
Yes, I have some old savings bonds, government issued double E type, E or double E, I'm not sure. And what it is, they've all quit accruing interest. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at finding a way to do something with them without having to claim that interest income on my taxes. Any way to roll those over or do anything with them?
Not unless they're held in an IRA. If they're not held in an IRA, then you would have to pay taxes on the interest when you liquidate them at the bank. And Paul, I always tell clients, don't let the tax tail wag the decision dog. Do the best thing with your money first and foremost, and then take a look at the tax consequences. And in my opinion, you would be better off to liquidate, pay the taxes, and then reinvest it in something that's going to earn you more going forward.
Mm-hmm. All righty, that's what I was kind of assuming or guessing at, but I thought I would ask the question and see if there was something I didn't know about. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling, and you're in the drawing for the Dinner for Two at Tavola. Hope you win.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye now.
Merry Christmas, by the way. We about that time we need to start saying Merry Christmas. You know, Christmas is only 18 days away. 18 days. I just am astounded. I mean, it'll be Christmas 2024 before you know it. That's the way time is. And I think when you're a sports fan, it goes by even faster because you just go from season to season to season, and it's never ending. Football season's already over, and basketball season's going on. Basketball season ends. Baseball season will have already started. Baseball season doesn't end until, well, let's hope it ends by July this year. That would be nice. Make it to Omaha. And by the time it ends, football practice has started in the summer. I mean, it's just crazy how it goes. It really is. You better live in the moment. That's all I got to say. Speaking of East Carolina Pirate basketball, we're doing well this year. I think we have the right coach. I mean, Coach Schwartz, he has the best pressers of any coach that I can remember in Pirate athletics. And I've been following Pirate athletics a long, long time. But he actually says something when he has a press conference. It's just, I love to listen to him. And his players evidently do too, because they're doing well. And this Saturday at 12 o'clock, we have South Carolina coming in. That is the South Carolina in the SEC. This is not South Carolina upstate or South Carolina downstate or whatever. This is South Carolina. And they were undefeated until last night and played a very tight game with number 24 Clemson. But Clemson did pull it out. So they have just lost a game. Let's hope that that loss kind of puts them on a little downer when they come into Greenville. But, I just firmly believe that our guys can beat them. We have a lot of nice pieces that Coach Schwartz can utilize. So, if you haven't got your ticket, you better go ahead and buy it because I really believe this is going to be a sellout. So I'd buy your tickets for that basketball game, by tomorrow. And plan on seeing about 7,000 fans in Minges. And I'm telling you, when that place gets rocking with that many people, there is not a louder, more raucous arena in the country than that one. I've seen it. I've seen it 6 to 8 times in my lifetime, having that place full of fans, and it's phenomenal. It really is. I am going. And I am looking forward to it. Now, I'm going to start dishing out a little information, but please feel free to call anytime and interrupt the monologue. I'd much rather talk to you about something that's important to you. And again, if you call in with a question, your name goes into the drawing for the Dinner for Two at Tavola, and I'll pay the tip for you. And the number is 561-TALK, 561-8255. Call in like Paul did. Paul had a great question. Sure did. All right. 3 little quick factoids I thought were somewhat interesting. Yes, I am still getting over this, I believe he calls it bronchitis. I've never had it. I mean, it started out like a regular old cold, and I've had it now about 2 weeks. So I've sounded awful on the radio program, and I apologize. But I am getting better, but it's a very gradual thing. So, man, it's I've been hearing on the news about all the respiratory issues that are prevalent now. I mean, you've got RSV, you've got bronchitis and pneumonia and COVID, just all these respiratory issues that are out there now. It's just running rampant. And one of the things that good old winter brings about. All right, so far this year, 30% of white-collar workers, about a third of white-collar workers with access to paid leave have taken sick time. That's pretty astounding. Up from 21% in 2019, according to data from payroll and benefits software company Gusto. Employees between ages 25 and 34 are taking sick days most often. Think about that. And you know the 25 to 34-year-olds aren't the sickliest age group. So with their, employees between those 6 days more often, with their use rates jumping 45% from before the pandemic. Wow, 45%. I doubt there are 45% more sick days, actual sick days for the 25 to 34-year-olds. All right, another little factoid. The average commute in the U.S. is 27 minutes. But people with college degrees now spend less time getting to work weekly than people whose schooling stopped after high school. So think about that. People who have a college degree spend less time getting to work than people that don't. Do the people that don't have college degrees, they don't have transportation, or they just have to live further away from where they're working? That's interesting. It really is. All right, here's another little one. This is coming from Value Line Funds, by the way. According to Federal Reserve Bank of New York, collectively, Americans now owe $1.08 trillion on their credit cards. Credit card balances spiked by $154 billion year over year, notching the largest increase since 1999. So people have put a lot of money on their credit cards in the last 12 months. All right, shifting gears. Let's talk about politics just a little bit. You know, we're going to elect a new president, possibly, I guess we should say, next year. So 2023 is the year before an election year. Next year is the election year. Year after that will be the year after the election year. And I'm telling you that because I've got some statistics for you about how the market performs during those years historically. The pre-election year, the market is up on average 10.4%. It's been up 35 years in pre-election years. It's been down only 12. That is exceedingly strong. So this year, pre-election year, it's up over what it's averaged historically for pre-election years. So there you have that. Next year, the election year, the average gain in that year is 6%, and it's up. It's been up 32 years, down only 15. Still relatively strong. So the seasonality of elections does bode well for the markets next year. Post-election year, average up 3.3%. And it's been up 23 years, down 24, not as strong. Have no idea why these statistics are what they are. I don't know why that would be the case, but it is. So I would say that certainly is a good thing for the market for next year. All right, we're mid-program, so let's go to another 2-minute break and call me during the break, 561-TALK, 561-8255. I'll take your call when we come back from the break. Be glad to talk with you about something that's important to you. Talk to you in 2 minutes.
Aiden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Aiden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Aiden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
There you are. Welcome back to Financially Speaking. I am Jim Taunton, have been since birth. Actually, I was born James Grant Taunton, and until I was out of high school, I was Jimmy Taunton. And then I changed to Jim Taunton in college and since. So if anyone ever refers to me as Jimmy, I know they knew me high school and before. That's just stuff, information. All right. Vanguard. What did Vanguard have to say? Robust economy output in the third quarter and a lack of indications that consumption has moderated yet in the fourth have led us to increase our forecast for a full year 2023 economic growth to 2.5%. That is good. In real inflation-adjusted terms. Between June and August, the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge rose at an annualized rate of 2.16. It was the lowest reading of the core personal consumption expenditures index, which includes volatile food and energy prices, since early 2021. So continued deceleration in the core PCE would increase the likelihood of the Fed reaching its 2% inflation target in 2024. So sounds like Vanguard is pretty bullish on where we're headed right now. Now, let's shift gears and talk about some specifics here about investing money and whatnot. In my practice, I actually have 2 investment advisory platforms. And investment advisory accounts are fee-only investment accounts. They don't have a transaction cost of any kind. You pay your advisor a percentage of the money he's handling, and it doesn't matter how many times the allocations change. It doesn't matter how many times there are buys and sells and whatnot. There are never any loads, never any commissions, never any transaction costs, never any ticket charges, nothing. In addition to the fee that that pays the advisor. So it actually over time is a fairly inexpensive way of having an advisor handle your money. Now, I have two platforms. One is a platform where I and the account holder can be more integrally involved in the decisions of what positions to buy and or hold or sell within the account. The other one is a little more autonomous type platform. We have third-party managers that make the tactical decisions day to day, and Jim just manages the managers. So it really depends on if a client wants more fingers on the decisions that are being made within the account, which platform you go with. But there's, not really one that's better than the other, depending on what the client desires out of the account. I can tell you if the client doesn't have a preference, then we're going with the platform now that has the third-party managers. These guys manage billions of dollars, and they have resources that I don't. So the decisions they're making, hopefully, are coming with more information going into the pot before they stir it all up and make a choice. They have algorithms and different types of programs that help them make the choices. And what Jim does, again, is manage the managers. I tell clients, especially in that second platform where it's a little more autonomous, it's similar to an athletic team, say a football team. My client is the owner of the team. That means that ultimately they are in control. They're hiring Jim as the general manager. The general manager with the football team hires and fires players and coaches. That's his job. And his job is to do that in such a way as to gain performance on the field. And he does that basically in a lot of cases with discretion. He doesn't have to run everything by an owner. He's doing his job with hopes of getting the performance that the owner would like, so he can keep his job. Because if the general manager doesn't do his job, then ultimately the owner's going to fire the general manager and go a different direction. And it's the same with my practice. If I'm not doing a good job hiring and firing strategists and or managers in the advisory accounts, and it underperforms, or we're not getting what the client would like to get out of their account, then Jim will be fired and they'll move their money somewhere else. I understand that. So I am certainly trying to do the absolute most I can to get the maximum performance, out of the account. And these third-party managers, not all of them, but a lot of them are people that have higher minimums normally, but have come on the platform. The broker-dealer I do business through, Genius Wealth Management, has actually negotiated with them to come on the platform for lower minimums than normally would charge. Some of these guys manage money for, large institutions like the Harvard Endowment or the California Retirement System, whatnot. And we don't have access to those managers through the other platform, and you would not have access to those strategists yourself on a retail basis. So I like the platform a lot. Now, I can tell you up until about 10 years ago, I was making all of the tactical decisions about which funds, which positions to buy and hold, and which positions to jettison from a portfolio. And I talked about it on this program for many, many years about the way that I selected. For the longest time, my strategy, which I had developed myself, I called it Four Corners with a Wild Card. We were buying the four corners of the Morningstar Style Box Grid, which is large cap value, large cap growth, small cap value, small cap growth. And of course, there was a selection process for each of those corners to determine which fund we wanted to place that 20% in. So I used 80% of the money to buy the four corners. The other 20, I bought a wild card, which was a sector or a strategy I thought was going to be good for the midterm. And then when maybe it ran its course, we would jettison that and move to a different wild card position. So that's what I did for a long, long, long time. And even now, if a client decides they want me to be more directly involved with the decision about what to buy and sell at a given time, I'll still do that. But I can tell you these third-party managers, they just have a lot of resources. So, and I've been very, very pleased with what these third-party strategists have been able to do. And so, if you have money to invest, you have money invested that maybe you're a little disappointed with performance, or maybe just the communication with your advisor, or you're thinking about retiring, and you know that you need to roll your 401k over to something at some point in time when you retire. And that's a large percentage of what I've done for several years now. Give me a call and let's just talk about it. That's all. Just talk about it. There's no obligation or cost for the first meeting with me. And let me give you my contact information. So if you're not driving, get your pencil out or pen and write this down. My number at the office is, of course, area 252-756-4700, 756-4700. My email address is jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. My last name is Taunton. So jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. My website is jtauntonfinancial.com. And you can get on there and, again, find out more than you ever want to know about Jim. And there's also a way to inquire with me through the website. It'll come to me by email. But certainly love for you to do that as well. It's a nice resource to utilize. All right. I don't have music yet, but I'm close to the end of the program, and I'm done. My voice is going, and I certainly hope by next week I'll be over this crud that I have, and I won't sound like this anymore, and my voice won't go. So let's hope that happens. But you can go ahead and crank up that music because I'm out of here. And as always, this is Jim Taunton, helping you make all of your financial decisions good ones. Good night, everybody.